Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Yeah. So Thing Bing and I are going to be the MCs tonight. Here, Thing Bing.
How y'all doing?
They used up all the microphones here. Look at that for all this. Wow. This is quite a big group.
This stage is stacked, man.
This is pretty exciting. Every year we invite many hammer dulcimers to perform on stage. It's a great experience from all levels. In the end of March, they select the tunes for this year, and Mary Jensen is this year's leader. Where's Mary? They're right next to me. So I got to tell you, I'm going to get off script for a minute. Mary's doing great work in Wisconsin. She's organizing a lot of players there. And Wisconsin is not like Michigan, where we don't have that many. Mary, keep up the good work, all right?
Thank you.
So what do we got tonight?
So we have 4 tunes we're going to play, and because of the 50th anniversary, I chose tunes with the word gold in them. The first tune that we're going to play is Golden Slippers.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Have fun, y'all.
We'll be back.
Okay, the next tune that we are going to be playing is Golden Keyboard. The next tune we are going to play does not have the word golden in it, but it is written by Bill Robinson, and this is Headin' to Evart. We definitely want to thank Bill Robinson for that tune. And last tune that we're going to play is called Gold Rush.
Whoop, there we go.
What a great job, everybody. Put your hands together again for Mary Jensen and friends on the hammer dulcimer up here. Woo! Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. How y'all doing out there? You feeling all right? How's your festival been so far? How many of you have just been here today? Raise your hands if you only came out for Saturday. All right, all right. How many of you have never been here before? Raise your hands. Wow. Welcome. Give these folks a round of applause. Thanks for coming out. Now, how many of you have been here since yesterday? You were here Friday and you were here today. Raise your hands. All right, you're having a good time. Perfect weather for this weekend. How many of you have been here since Thursday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday? All right, very, very nice. Well, we've got quite a show for you all throughout the evening here and a lot more happening. This is the final official day of the 50th anniversary of the original Dulcimer Players Club. Let's make some noise. What a fantastic milestone this is. I think you have a switch on yours. Either that or we're just going to keep you mute because, you know, this is Dale after all. I don't know, you don't have any...
Is it working? There
He's on, there he is.
So, you know, this is a really great bargain, this festival. When you look at what things cost, you know, that you could come with a $20 and it gets you all of this festival with all the workshops. You know, and in a time where inflation is so high, but you know, if the bargain is really there, you know, but inflation's high, at least, you know, that's my 5 cents worth on that.
Or is that 10 cents? right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been low for the longest time. And you get all these great workshops. You get all of these jams. You get 3 nights of concerts. It is a fabulous, fabulous thing. And now is the perfect time to mention that the ODPC is just getting started. This is 50 years. We're looking forward to the next 50 years. And this board has done an amazing job breathing life into this festival after COVID, you know, because a lot of things were quiet. Yeah, make some noise for them. Absolutely, keep it up. This is not an easy job, putting together an event of this caliber, and that has been around for a long time, and they have done a fantastic job bringing everything back, making people know that we're here and getting the attendance up. In fact, I've heard that our attendance is up higher than it was last year. That is an improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Fabulous.
So, in a couple of minutes, we got Bill Robinson and friends coming up, and you know, Bill's a true treasure of the ODPC, and we'll tell you a little bit more about him in a second. You know, I've seen a lot of amazing sights here at the festival over the weekend. One of them, there's this lizard in one of the rabbit barn, and it was up on its hind legs, and it was telling jokes. You know, so I went to the lizard and tried to, you know, get some material for tonight. And so I said to the lizards, how does a lizard know so many jokes? And he said, I'm not a lizard. And I said, well, what are you? And he said, I'm a stand-up chameleon.
It's too early. Give us another set before you start doing that. Oh my goodness. I think you saw there was a lizard in the lower vendor barn today. It was a bearded dragon. Anybody see that bearded dragon walking around? It wasn't walking around. It was on somebody else.
On his hind legs. He was standing up telling jokes. You know?
So we're getting in a situation here. We've got a great legend getting ready to perform here for you along with his friends. You want to talk about Bill here?
Sure. Well, first I'll read off the script a little bit. Bill's been fortunate to have been awarded many honors, a lifetime membership to the ODPC, which is our organization. He's been inducted into the Fox Valley Hall of Fame, which is in Illinois, and I think that he's won several awards as a bluegrass band as well, and many Illinois Arts Council's master's apprenticeship programs and grants. Sometimes you watch cable TV and you see him pop up on the old RFD show, you know, yeah, with the Wilborn brothers, you know. And he's played with all kinds of musicians in Nashville. He's played with the famous people, and he's played with unknowns, and he has this enthusiasm that just is catchy, and it's just wonderful to watch when he plays all the time. Big smile all the time, you know. Yeah, am I doing good so far? So Bill, you were telling me just a little while ago about you got a postcard invite to play here?
Actually, I can't. When I was a teenager in school, I got this postcard to come up to Evart to a jam. And anyway, I thought, why is this postcard coming to me? I'm in school. And I thought this should be my dad. And because my dad played the Dulcimer then. And so anyway, I kept thinking over the years, I saved that postcard. I thought, well, someday I'm going to come up to Evart and find out what's going on there, you know. But anyway, years went by. And then the last year, I forget now, one of the daughters, I was talking to her, and I said, you know, I got an invitation to come up here when I was in school, and I said, but I couldn't afford to come up here to this jam, and I said, I put the postcard. And she said, yeah, that's what my dad sent out was postcards. And so anyway, I went home, and I thought, I gotta find that postcard. That's gotta be a real memory. And you know, but I can't find it. I think I threw it away someplace because I thought, I kept saying, someday I'm gonna get up here. Well, I've been up here.
So Bill, hang on to that mic a second. So Bill and his wife Ann just celebrated a 60th wedding anniversary. Is that right? So it's an anniversary, right? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. So you wrote a poem for Ann for the anniversary?
I did last fall.
Last fall.
Yeah, we celebrated 60 years. And anyhow, we went to our daughter's a couple of weeks ago. She lives up in Manistee. And so they had a surprise birthday for her. And believe it or not, she turned 60. And I turned 80.
Oh, okay. So later tonight, as part of your set, you put that to music and we're going to hear it as a song as part of your set. Yep. Okay.
What we want to do is I'm gonna have Monica read the poem to you, and then what I did, I thought, well, all right, it's nice to have. So I'm going to go ahead and put music to it. So we're going to sing the song as our last number. But anyway, we'd like to invite you, and it's a tune that we want everybody to share. I have to swallow these mints all the time. But anyway, if you brought a friend with you, when it comes time, we'd like you to turn to your friend and shake their hand or whatever, give them a hug. But anyway, the tune is Forever Friends. So anyway, we're looking forward to showing it to you. So.
Thank you, Bill. So Bill's going to play all original music. One of the things that he's known for is the great fiddle tunes he writes, and we're going to hear some of those tonight. We're going to hear songs Festival Rag, which is a standard, Connor's Boogie, and Snappin' the Rag. And I asked him what Snappin' the Rag is about. It's like, remember when you were in high school gym and you got that towel snapped on you? So that's what that one's about.
Ouch.
Yeah.
This is all part of the setup. When you've got this many instruments on stage and microphones, we want to make sure that everything sounds as good as possible. So we're just making sure that all the mics are pointed in the right directions, all the connections are made, and then we'll get the show on the road here for you. One thing I'd like to mention that's really kind of neat, I saw Bill last month at the Gephardt Woods Dulcimer Festival up in Moritz, Illinois. Anybody there? All right. And I love getting the chance to jam with Bill. Bill knows an infinite number of tunes, and he knows all the really great obscure tunes. And if you want to learn some great tunes, you just sit with Bill for a bit. Well, Bill and friends were hanging out behind the stage, and there were just 4 of them there. And I wasn't teaching any workshops, and so I got a chance to sit down just with 4 of them. Not like 20 or 30, but just hang out tight with those guys and hear some of their favorite songs. and it was just lovely to hang out with Bill again. Now, Bill and I shared the cover of Dulcimer Players News once upon a time under the heading New Traditions. New Traditions, pioneering things. And on the cover, I guess the reason we were both on there is because many of you know Bill used to play standing up with the hammer dulcimer attached to him, bending over and playing like this. He had strapped around his back. He doesn't do it anymore because of the back thing, but he was standing with the hammer dulcimer and I was standing with a mountain dulcimer, and illustrator Karen Cannon did an oil painting of both of us for the cover of Dulcimer Players News, and then gave Bill and I both a copy, a framed copy that we can keep in our studio. So whenever we see each other, we're like, "You still got your copy on the wall, Bill?" He's like, "Yeah, how about you, Big?" "I still got my copy on the wall too."
As long as they're talking about. I'm losing
He's
it.
been
and it's-
losing it.
it's
What are you
really-
talking about?
As long as you're talking about Dulcimer Player News, they were here. They're back again, and they had a booth this year here.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
right.
yes, we almost lost them. Give it up.
You know, they've got new ownership, and they're doing great getting it out. And it's great that they decide they're back here at the festival. You need Bill's monitor a little louder? Okay. We got a request for Bill's monitor to be a little louder, okay? Because we need the people behind the stage to hear it. Right. No, I was kidding there. they can come out in the front. All right. You guys are ready to go up there? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Which hammer dulcimer? No. Which hammer dulcimer do you want to hear from? Okay, Bill, would you play? Bill, would you play? A little bit. That one okay? Okay, that one's all right. Would you play yours a little bit? That one, Katie, you want to play yours a little bit? You got it? Is that okay? Sound good? Okay. And then the last one? We got lots of dulcimers today. You good? Okay. And the last, Grace? Is there a mic on? Yeah, there's a mic on there. Yeah, there's a mic there.
If you notice, I go as Bill and friends, but I never know who my friends are going to be. They keep saying I lose them all the time.
The bass is on the orangey yellowish one. You good? Fiddle. Green. All right. Everybody, let's give a warm welcome to Bill Robinson and friends.
Grandma's Festival Rag, and I wrote that several years back, but this, the next tune I'd like to do is one called Connor's Rag, or Connor's Boogie, and Connor is my great-grandson down in Houston, and I forgot, but when they put out the name on there, they spelled it C-O-N-N-E-R, and my granddaughter informed me that it's spelled C-O-N-O-R. So, but anyway, it goes like this, and that's another great-grandson there. Anyway, it goes like this. Going to keep right on going. So this next one is going to be for my other great grandson, and what it did, it made me think of when we were back in school and mentioned, about going to the bathrooms and being in the showers and somebody coming up with a towel and snapping you. And so anyway, we were snapping around. So anyway, this is called Snapping the Rag. It goes like this. Monica, would you come up here? Won't you speak to that mic?
Can you hear me? Okay. I don't usually get to speak, and I'm not allowed to sing. Okay, so this is the poem that my dad wrote. Forever friends we will always be. You know you mean the world to me. We laugh, we cry, we hug our short goodbyes. Now I'm gonna cry. And that's all right. So best friends we will always be. I know that you will be there for me, forever friends. I know we will always be. When I'm sitting here all alone, got no one, just me at home, I think of you, everything turns bright, and that's all right. Forever friends, we will always be. You know you mean the world to me. Forever friends, you know we will always be. So we ask you, if you were with your friends or family or loved ones, to give them a hug or a handshake or whatever and show them that you care.
Forever friends will always be. You know you mean the world to me. We laugh, we cry, we hug our short goodbyes. That's alright. Best friends will always be. I know that you'll be there for me. Forever friends, we'll always be. And when I'm sitting here all alone, got no one just to be at home, I think of you and everything turns bright. That's alright, friends will always be. You know you mean the world to me. Forever friends, we'll always be. And when I'm sitting here all alone, got nobody to call my own, I think of you and everything turns bright. That's alright, forever friends will always be. You know you mean the world to me. Forever friends, we'll always be. Forever friends, we'll always be.
One second left. Wow. How many notes can you get in 1 second? There we go. The 1 second. So, wasn't that a gorgeous song? Thank you for that, Bill. Yeah.
I would like to say,
If
you'd like to have a copy of it, I think, let's see, I'm not sure where Ann's at. There's the other, okay, they're right there. And my great-grandson's got some, but if you'd like to have a copy of it, if you see them, they've got the sheets. So anyway, enjoy it, because it's for everyone. You're all friends. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Bill Robinson and friends. Show them you love them. Thank you, guys. Woo. All right. How we doing? Good? This weather has been absolutely stunning, has it not? Sometimes I worry about the folks right here in the front for two reasons. One, direct sunlight, but you guys look like you're really enjoying a bit of a bask. Is that feeling good for you? All right. Now, when it's raining, I worry about it because it gets a little rutted and muddy down here, but that's not a problem either. How you folks doing up there? You got a nice view of everything? Feeling good? A little cooler temperatures, maybe, up there? Yeah, I'm from Florida, so all of us up here feels like winter right now. To me, but it's a very, very nice kind of winter. Coming up next, our next artist is Mickey Sweeney. She's been coming to Evart only since 2020, but as soon as she set foot on the fairgrounds, she knew she had found her people. Anybody else feel that? You're like, my tribe. Here they are. Despite 3 degrees in music education and piano and 30 plus years of teaching music, she had never seen a live dulcimer until 2017 in St. Augustine. It was love at first sight or sound. She has spent many thousands of hours working, practicing, and preparing for this moment. And this moment is here on the stage at Evart. It's a first for me, she says, and a dream come true. I thank every single person, you know who you are, who has helped and supported me along the way. Those who work tirelessly to make this festival happen every year, to all my students and the audience, because without you, we wouldn't be here, and ain't that the truth? Now, how many of you out there play music? Look at that. That's fabulous. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's an important thing. Now, how many of you out there say that you are just a listener, but you don't play music? Raise your hands. You're one of those folks, oh, I couldn't play a tune if you put it on the radio, right? Well, you're at the right place, because I believe inside of every single person there is a gift of music that's either been encouraged or discouraged. If it's been encouraged, you're one of those folks that raise their hands. But if it's been discouraged, maybe you don't think you've got that gift. Well, I got something news for you. You've got the gift, and all you need is for that gift to be encouraged. And all you have to do is get with the right teacher. And you'll find the right teacher here at the ODPC Funfest every year. So I hope you're making plans for next year already, 3rd week in July. Please be here, and let's get you playing some music, because I think if every single person in the world played music, we'd stop having problems. Don't you think? We'd have problems. We wouldn't have those problems, but we'd all make music together, and it'd be a lovely thing. So we've got some friends up here who are going to be joining Mickey. I know you know some of these folks, but I'm going to let her make the introductions, because that's what you do when you're all part of this thing. And we're once again just checking to make sure that everything sounds the way it needs to sound. And I'm going to be quiet here just for a moment so they can hear a couple of things, and then I'll be right back as we make sure everything's cool. Right. All right. Sounds good? All right. You guys, oh, I thought you were doing a sound check. Are you guys all ready? All right. I think we're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mickey Sweeney and friends.
group here. Wait. So we have Mark Wade on the marimbula, Rick Thum on the guitar, and you know Colin Beasley on the cajon. It's so great to have people to play with. Yeah. So it is such a delight to be here. I never get to play with people, so it was such a treat to get to play with them. You probably recognize Scotland the Brave and the Minstrel Boy. The next one you won't recognize. I wrote it a few years ago. I went out on well, we live on a creek that feeds into a lake, and I went out there with my kayak early in the morning, and I had my 2 little muffins on it so I could have breakfast out there, and the wind was blowing and the sun was shining, and just the paddle was making that nice rhythm, and that was heaven. I came back and it's like, I gotta capture that feeling. So I went to the Dulcimer and started messing around with this idea, and it's been a couple years and it's had several iterations since then. And it's called Reflections on a Kayak. So it's kind of my vision of heaven, but it takes me, it's on the water and it feels good. So you just think about your heavenly place, your safe place, your happy place, and come along on this journey with me. Reflections on a Kayak. Thank you very much. So I have more friends. Coming up to join me is Ilace Mears. You'll get to hear her playing the hammer and dulcimer next, but right now she's going to play the violin with me. The next piece is kind of a tribute to America. All of you that have served in the armed forces, who are parents of people who are serving now, my hat's off to you. This is a great country, not perfect, not without flaws, but it's kind of like a marriage. You have to put up with those things. So, throughout our history, we've had lots of different moods, different seasons. So this piece kind of is trying to express all of what's gone on over the last 200 whatever years. And it's called Moods of America. Ilace Mears. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here. I couldn't play if I didn't have an audience. Thank you.
Isn't that great? That's Mickey Sweeney, the reigning 2023 National Hammer Dulcimer Champion. We got a great night of National Hammer Dulcimer Champions for you coming up. The next one is Ilace Mears, and she's the 2006 National Champion. 2016, you're right. Thank you. That's why we need you here. So I was asking her, was backstage talking to her to get a little bit more background, even though, we know her because she's been coming to Evart now for 9 years. And I asked her, how did you get started as a dulcimer player? And she said, once she started, she wanted to compete pretty quickly because she wanted to get a pedigree so she could get booked at some festivals. So what I've learned is that we have something in common. In 2011, she entered her first contest and she was feeling pretty confident that she was going to win, and she said she got waxed by Katie Moritz in that contest. And I can tell you another feeling because I've been waxed by Katie Morris in the Hammer Dulcimer contest too. So we've been bonding backstage for that. I want you to notice something here. This is pretty cool. Look at this guy here. This is Santa Claus, and this is his summer job. In case you ever wondered what Santa does in the summer, he volunteers to be here, you know. I tried to sit on his lap backstage, but he wasn't having anything. He wouldn't do that. He said only in November and December.
So he's been sitting on my lap.
Yeah, that's right. You know, last year, I think we polka-ed up here, didn't we, last year?
Absolutely.
So what you didn't see was when one of the waltzes was being played, we were waltzing in the back. It's our annual...
They saw it.
They saw it, so that they know it's true.
They saw it.
Yep, they know it's true.
There are pictures now, because I saw you guys with your phones out.
So Ilace has a career in early childhood education, and she's now a full-time performer around the country, and she performs 2 days a week at the Butterfly Palace in Branson, Missouri. And that's the only place in the world that has live hammer dulcimer music 7 days a week. She also has 3 CDs available. There's going to be a tent area that has CDs available for it. So if you want to buy a couple, it costs a lot of gas money to get back to Branson. So she'd appreciate your support in that as well. And she'll be coming up at the Gateway Festival in Fairview Heights, Illinois. When is that?
In a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks. So, you know, August 9th. All right. We need to sound check it on. We good up there? Guitar's yellow. So I was asking Alice what she liked about coming to Evart since she's been here 9 times, and she said a lot of it's the family and the camaraderie. And I asked her favorite moment here, and she said it was standing here on this stage. She said it's like holy ground here, you know. And
Absolutely.
so we're certainly glad to have you on this holy ground. So give a warm welcome to Alice.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, my heart is full of gratitude. It's nice to be here. Help me thank Paul Oorts, who, bless his heart, today got to, figure out how we could do this. So I'm very lucky. We've heard a lot about the 50th anniversary, and I've been thinking about 50 years ago, which, is 2 weeks, right? So 50 years ago, I finished 1 year of college and was working at the YMCA of the Rockies in Estes Park, Colorado. It was great fun. And coming out of my classical shell and learning about John Denver and Barbra Streisand and James Taylor and all these, Carole King, all these cool people that I didn't know existed. And one of those was Jim Croce. One of the most popular tunes in 1974 was Time in a Bottle. And there's an introduction, so you have time to look up the words on your phone if you want to sing along. Time in a Bottle. peeps. And like I said, family. So we've covered the top tunes that year. Last year, I wrote a tune in memory of my late husband who loved this festival. And then I realized that the sentiments were much more widespread than that. This is better together than we ever were apart. love being here each year. And as Dale said, this is the 9th time I've been here. And I've played a lot of different tunes on this stage. And over the years, I've played music from several different Broadway musicals. I've played some Gershwin, I've played tunes from Music Man, I've played tunes from West Side Story, and I think last year was the 80th anniversary of Rodgers and Hammerstein getting together. So I'm going to play tunes from another of their shows, but I apologize, it requires a costume change. Ready? Okay. Okay. Tunes from Oklahoma, including Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, Sorry with a Fringe on Top, I'm Just a Girl Who Can't Say No. No. And, of course, Oklahoma.
Give it up for Ilace Mears, y'all. And Paul Oorts. Woo! Very nice indeed, y'all. Y'all doing good? You feeling right? All right, pace yourselves. We got a lot more coming to you. All right, so I'm really curious now. Do we have any folks here who have driven from Tennessee? Anybody from Tennessee? No representation. Anybody here from Wisconsin? Oh, we have Tennessee. All right. Wisconsin. All right. North Carolina. Oh, yeah, right on. Now, I've heard, I'm not sure, but I heard that we may have somebody from California. Anybody from California? California. Are you guys from San Diego by any chance? You're from San Diego, California. And you came out to Michigan because you wanted to what? You came out from San Diego, California to attend this festival specifically. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing. And you played in the program, didn't you? You started off the whole thing. I'm interviewing you directly. How did you hear about this festival in California? Speak up. You were 2 months old when you came to this festival and you got inspired somehow, and now you came back to the festival and performed. Doesn't everybody share this story? That is fabulous. That is fabulous. Welcome to the family. Absolutely stunning. Well, this next guy coming up here has had a similar experience. He discovered old-time music in Wilmington, Ohio at the age of 12. I mean, not 2 months old, but still 12 years old. And he decided he wanted to make his own dulcimer, and he built his first hammered dulcimer at age 14 from pieces of a moldy piano. Talk about passion. Now he's based out of Augusta, Georgia. He has a wife and 5 kids. He stopped playing music during COVID, but he picked it up again in 2023. He is a full-time musician. He's got his own album that came out in 2014. He's got a second album out in 2018. And not only is he the 2012 Minis Regional Hammer Dulcimer Competition Champion, he is also the, what year did you win? I didn't even say it here. What year did you win the National Championship? In 2012, that is on there. And here's the thing, not only is he an amazing dulcimer player, but he is an inventor. He is an inventor, and I'm sure he's going to tell you a little bit about the thing he's invented, but please welcome to the stage, Matthew Dickerson.
Thank you. Hello, Michigan. It's great to be back. I played that song because when I got started playing the hammer dulcimer, I listened to a lot of Ken Kolodner music. I would go to the library and get his albums out, and that was one of my favorites. That was Carolyn's Draft, mostly taken from Ken's arrangements. So thank you, Ken, for being so influential. I don't think he's here today, but let's give a round of applause for Ken Kolodner. Everything that he's done for many of us. I've talked to so many musicians he's influenced. So if you ever watch this video on YouTube, Ken, thank you. One of the toughest decisions to make at Evart is what to play during your concert set. So I'm tired. So I wanted to play a bunch of tired kind of music. But if you know anything about me, I can't get through a set like that. So I'm going to play a title from my second album called Leapfrog. And this originally was the first song I ever wrote, so I wanted to play it for that reason. And it developed over a course of many years, but we call it Leapfrog because of how it jumps. Here you go. Starts like this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I guess you could say I'm a product of Evart because shortly after building my homemade instrument, I was just trying to find some purpose with the instrument. I wanted to play, and I wanted to play like all you guys. I'd come up here and listen to like the Squirrel's Nest Jam before it was even the Squirrel's Nest, in, I believe 2006. And I remember Sharon Broyles taking me aside and saying, hey, let me teach you some tunes. And that gave me some hope. And it's people like Sharon who make this possible. Sharon, if you're here tonight, maybe raise your hand and let people know where you're at. There you are, up in the top there. Thank you, Sharon. Never forget to share your talent and your motivation with a youngster. They could make it their occupation and feed their children. I would go to prayer meetings and hymn sings, and I got started playing a lot of those in my teenage years. And so tonight I'm going to play Sweet Hour of Prayer. Thank you. You're all so sweet to clap like that. I appreciate it. Getting started playing, not just in hymns, but also in Irish music, again, heavily influenced by Ken Colodner on his Walking Stones album. But I would go get these Irish music albums from the library, because I couldn't afford to go buy them, I guess. And got into playing that. Also, the Squirrel's Nest, the jam tunes are kind of that way, right? They got some French-Canadian tunes in there as well. So I've always had a loving for Irish music. And I was thrilled to know that my grandfather, his favorite tune was Danny Boy, because he loved his Irish heritage. No one had the heart to tell him he was mostly English. But so goes the love of the Irish. So I dedicate this last tune to him. This is Danny Boy. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so happy to be back in Michigan. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Matthew's going to be over at the CD booth, which is right over there. There's a little lit up area, and he'd love to have you stop by and say hi, and he'd love to talk to you more about playing the hammer dulcimer.
And all of the artists who are playing tonight who have CDs will be over there, right there at that tent. So if you'd like to get their CDs and also have them sign them for you, you can talk to them about their music and get on their mailing list. So all happen right over there. That's going to be on this side, that way. Next to the grandstand, you'll see some lights and a tent over there. That is our artist CD area.
Great. Okay, so this next artist is Katie Moritz, and she's the 2013 national champion. So this is a night of national champions for sure. And she studied with Bill Robinson, who you saw earlier this evening. And she's been awarded 7 consecutive folk arts apprenticeship grants from the Illinois Arts Council, which is partially funded by the National Endowment of the Arts. What you may not know about her is she's got a master's degree in design and media. And some of you may have some of her art on your chest because she designed the t-shirt for the ODPC in 2012 and then from 2014 to 2019. So you may, if you want her to sign your t-shirt for you, that would be a cool thing. Do you sign many t-shirts? No, I'm going to go through my t-shirts and make sure I'm bringing them here, so I'm going to have you sign them for me. And you're the co-founder of Quarantine, right? One of them.
Organizers.
You're involved in that too?
Yeah. The Quarantine Dulcimer Festival was started to help artists who suddenly saw all of their gigs dry up during the COVID shutdown. And after everything opened back up again, people discovered that it was really amazing to be able to connect with other dulcimer players and take workshops from instructors that they couldn't actually drive to see. And so even after everything's been opened up again, QDF continues to go on, and it will be going on this fall, and the dates are October 3rd through the 6th.
Yes.
And you can sign up online. You can do it through your computer. It's very, very inexpensive. You can take all these great workshops, and not only has it been great for students, but it has really, really helped instructors out during their time of need. So we really, really are grateful for QDF. How many of you out there have taken classes with QDF? Absolutely, look at that. Fabulous. So if you folks are interested, take a look. It's quarantunedulcimerfest.com.
And for more information about Katie, it's katiemoritz.com. You can go there too and learn all about her.
That's right.
Give her a warm welcome.
It's such a pleasure to be here. It always is. I was doing the math, and this is my 17th year coming to Evart, consecutive minus the 2 that we all, well, some of us missed for COVID. So really glad to be here. That was a tune called Moon River. Hopefully it was recognizable. I'm just going to do some waltzes. Yeah, this next one hopefully is also recognizable. Send in the clowns. And I got another waltz for you because waltzes are my favorite thing to play. I guess, I don't know if Send in the Clowns is really a waltz, it's just in 3/4, but this one is Westphalia Waltz. It's one of my favorite tunes to play. The second tune I ever learned, and I'm still playing it. I love it so much. So I hope that you all go out into a jam tonight and play some Westphalia yourself.
Give it up for Katie Moritz, y'all. Fabulous, fabulous. Now, if you really want to get some more entertainment, I suggest after you go over and talk to Katie afterwards, ask her about pirate rap. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Pirate rap. Or chap hop, if you really want to get down deep into it. All right. So, oh my goodness, it looks like we've got some fun happening here. We've got t-shirts going out. Heads up, everybody. We've got some t-shirts going out. I've been seeing some videos lately. There's apparently a stadium somewhere. They've got these t-shirt cannons that can hit every single seat, and they're just automatically sending them. Maybe in 2 or 3 years we can get an automatic t-shirt cannon here at Everett. What do you guys think? Oh man. So anybody here local? Raise your hands if you're local. All right. So you probably have heard of our next performer because she's local as well. Anybody here come out to Everett to see Pam Bowman and friends? Anybody? Raise your hands. Look at that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm here in the stands to get the story on why someone locals come out to see her. So tell me your name and why you came tonight.
Came because we knew Pam was going to be playing, and when we went to Florida, the church we went to, she came here to Florida and played.
Oh, that's awesome. Dan was like, where is he? Where is he?
Where is he?
They're up there.
Anybody else? Anybody else local?
Who else came out? Local, yeah. Anybody else? Raise your hand if you're local and came out to see Pam. Right behind you. Right by Dan.
I'm not local, but I want to see Pam.
I took lessons from Pam.
You take lessons. Who's taking lessons from Pam? Raise your hand.
Is Pam a good teacher?
She's an excellent teacher.
Let's see where they
I was told I would never learn how to play an instrument, and Pam taught me.
Let's give it the hair up for Pam, all right?
That's fabulous. This is Pam's 32nd year attending the Funfest. 32 years. Yeah.
In a row.
She met and started jamming with Dave and Nancy Sigliano and Larry and Mick Hedrich. They've attended for 34 years, these guys, in the late 90s, and they formed the Just Jammin' Band and have been performing together since that time. But even more than that, they've been great friends, and they have shared lots and loads of laughter and fun. And I know many of you have walked around the campgrounds and you have heard many of the jams that are happening at all the different campsites. There are big jams and little jams, and if you walk through, it's sort of like you're slowly turning the dial on a radio, isn't it? You walk through and you're like, oh, old time. You walk a little further, you're like, oh, Celtic. Oh, what's that? Someone's got the radio on. It's really interesting, but if you go by this camp, they are always rocking, they're always playing great tunes, and they are always welcoming people to come in and join their circle. So if you're an instrumentalist, you want to come in, or if you just want to listen, come on around this section right behind the grandstand. That's where they like to hang out and make some music together. And they're going to make some music for you right now in the old-fashioned way. Gathered semicircle around the set here. Now there's also one more thing I want to mention about locals. And if you don't know about this, you still have some chance to go over. No? It's 8 o'clock. What time does Mishler's close? Does anybody know? If you haven't gotten your Mishler's today, it might be too late. But you could probably go tomorrow and get yourself a butterscotch malted. All right. Looks like we're just about ready to set here. The band is set and in tune. And I'm going to let you know also, tonight, afterwards, the jams are going to be all over the place, but the Squirrel's Nest, it is blingy night. It is blingy night at the Squirrel's Nest. So if you have anything that lights up, if you have anything that goes bling, 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 put it on and come over to the Squirrel's Nest, which is going to be over this way on the far side of the, I guess this would be the east side over here.
Bing, weren't they the cause of the power outage last night?
You know, I'm not sure if they caused the power outage, but when the lights went out last night, the Squirrel's Nest did not drop a beat. They didn't stop. They went right on and kept playing, and that's a pretty amazing thing altogether.
Sweet home. 1, 2, 3. Cast
All right.
4, 5, 6.
Cast 1, 2.
Well, it sure is good to be back here again. We're glad to be here. Yeah, people say, where are you from? And I say, well, this is my county. Yeah, my county. Not really, but of course. But grew up 17 miles from here.
You own this county.
Yeah, not really.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Pam Bowman and friends, Just Jammin'.
So, Dave, what's a pirate's favorite island?
Aruba!
What's a pirate's favorite pie? Rhubarb! Where does a pirate get his hooks? The second-hand store. All that to introduce Pirates Dance for you. right, because that's what they hear. I didn't. Thank you so much.
We're going to do our next song. It's from the 60s. What do we call this thing? Oh, the letter. We're going to do the letter for you. Larry's going to kick it off here. Give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time to take your fastest train. Lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Don't care how much money I gotta spend. Gotta get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, yeah, give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time to take your fastest train. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home, my baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, yeah, oh, give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time to take your fastest train. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home, my baby, she wrote me a letter. Come on, Pam. Give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time to take your fastest train. Lonely days are gone. I'm coming home, my baby. She wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, I love it here. I love it at Evart. Like I said, I did grow up in this county, not very far away, in a little town called Marion. And it's great to be back. And you know, it was in this county that I went to church, grew to know the Lord, and always give Him the blessing, always give Him the honor of the music that we provide. You know, He provides us with the music. And it's something we enjoy doing, and it gives others joy, and that's the biggest joy of a musician, is bringing other people joy. So we just want to give Him the glory and honor.
We get a lot of songs that we do from a lot of different people. I don't know, maybe Lori, are you here in the audience? Because we got this next song from you and from Joe, from Larry's brother Joe. It's called "Ring the Bell," and we need your help. So when I say ring the bell, you're gonna go.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. All right, here we go. Ring the bell.
Good to be doing a little plucking with this one.
In the road was a bell, in the bell was a sound of days that have come and gone. And the road ran to a little town on the hillside where the word of the the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell from far and wide. You can hear it on the mountain, down across the valley. Ring the bell and go to its side. I followed it down from the forest to the town in the darkness and dead of night. There were children dancing there with flowers in their hair, and the streets were lit with candlelight. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell so far and wide. You can hear it on the mountain, down across the valley. Ring the bell and go to his side. Pam. The preacher and the barber and the teacher all held hands and moved as one. Holy words of some not spoken, of a circle that's unbroken, the Spirit moved in everyone. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell from far and wide. You can hear it on the mountain, down across the valley. Ring the bell and go to his side. The street I fell down hard on my knees to the pavement that shone like gold. With a shiver in the stars, he reached into my heart, and with the kindest word I was told. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell so far and wide. You can hear it on the mountain, down across the valley. Ring the bell and go to his side. On the mountain, down across the valley. Ring the bell and go to his side.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you again for your warm welcome and warm enthusiasm. You wouldn't have found this in your hymnal, but it is written as a Christian song called Ghost Riders in the Sky. You've heard it before.
Oh boy, change your ways today, wherever you will ride, trying to chase that devil's herd beyond the endless sky.
Nice job, guys.
Keep it going for Pam Bowman and Just Jamming. Hot music, hot music.
So Pam's got product on her website. She's not at the table. But if you do want to take them home for dinner, they'll come. You know, so if you live in town and want to invite them over for food, they'll do that. Okay? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. We got Colin Beasley coming up over there. Hey, Colin, how are you? Yeah, I'm good too. So Colin comes from us from Spanish Fork, Alabama, which is a 15-and-a-half-hour drive to get here. Yeah, all right. He's a full-time musician. When he's not playing the mountain or the hammer dulcimer, excuse me, he teaches percussion at 2 high schools in Alabama. He's got a new CD coming out called The Legend of the Dulcimer, Legend of Dulcimer. He recorded it himself and he mixed it and mastered it and he played all of the instruments on it. So he plays 10 different instruments on the project. And it's making its world premiere here at Evart. So it hasn't even hit the streaming services yet. So you can get it first before anybody else.
Got any video game fans out there? Any video game fans? Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. He's got over 200,000 followers on social media from all corners of the globe. Yeah, pretty cool. So I asked him, you know, what does he do for fun? And he said, well, when he was little, what he did for fun was his dad would take him outside and he had this big hill in his backyard. And his dad would put him in a tire and roll him down the hill. He told me those were the good years.
I knew that was coming.
He's planning a collective album coming up with a guitar player that's hopefully going to be released by the end of the year. And this October, he'll be headlining at the Nonsuch Festival in England. So it's pretty cool to be a headliner at a music festival in England. Congratulations, yeah.
That's a great festival, too. So this is pretty amazing. This, did you mention the other project he's got going on?
I don't know.
The Tranquilita.
Oh, no.
So on the other side of things, we found out not a lot of video game fans out there. How many are you fans of relaxation and sleep? So Tranquilita is the album that you want to get because this is the perfect thing to relax you at the end of a very long day. So of course we've seen now that he's very versatile and provides music for all people. Very nice.
I'm good at sleep. Did you know that?
Are you good at sleep?
I can do it with my eyes closed.
You do it right now? I'll catch you. All right. Oh, and while we're doing this and doing the last check here, a public service announcement. You can see us from the front and then look at us from the back. This is how you tell us apart. I have the white hair. You got a way to go, man. All right, please welcome to our stage, Colin Beasley.
Thank y'all, thank y'all. So yeah, it turns out nostalgic video game music and weird instrument is like a cheat code. People like that kind of stuff. Sorry, this mic keeps going down. So a lot of people like music from movies, right? That's a popular thing. But I find that music from video games is typically underrated. And I think there are some incredible composers out there that make just good music. It doesn't have to be video game music, but just incredible music. So I'm going to play a few for you guys today. This first one, I think, matches the theme. It's called Guardian Millennial Fair. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. That was from a game called Chrono Trigger, which someone out here, it's their favorite video game of all time. Mike. I've actually never played it. Sorry, Mike. This next one's from a game called Kirby, and it's called Fountain of Dreams. All right, so you might not know very many video games, but how many of you know who Super Mario is? Yeah, there's a lot of hands. There we go. This is from the Nintendo 64. It's called Mario 64, and this is an underwater level. So imagine yourself just swimming through the ocean in this one. A safe ocean, hopefully. There might be a giant eel in there, but we'll see. No one's asleep, are they? Anyone fall asleep? No. This last piece I'm going to play is an original called Vento Spontaneo, which means spontaneous wind. It's called that because one day I just walked up to my Dulcimer and started playing, and this is the song that came out. It's on that album being mentioned called La Tranquilita. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it.
Colin Beasley, y'all. Give it up, give it up.
So I asked Colin, how did he decide to get started playing the hammer dulcimer? And he said when he was in high school, he listened to heavy metal. And then he discovered something called folk heavy metal, which I had never heard of that before. But I guess...
Boiled in cabbage, dollars.
We'll be all right, I promise.
Well, I guess in folk heavy metal, the hurdy-gurdy is popular in it. So he was watching these hurdy-gurdy videos on YouTube, and they said, if you like the hurdy-gurdy, you might like this, and it was the hammer dulcimer. So that's how he discovered the hammer dulcimer.
What an interesting connection to make to get to that instrument. Very fun.
And he said the first song he listened to was something called The Rakes of Kildare. So I guess when I get home, I'm going to go on YouTube and see what that's like.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Tomorrow morning at 8:30, we're going to be tearing this stage down. And this festival is run by volunteers, so all the people that will work in the gates are volunteers. Actually, all the musicians here are volunteers as well. And so we have to tear the stage down, and we got to take the beams down as well. And we need volunteers to help with that. So we're looking for about 15 people who are in good shape that would like to help us. So if you are willing, please come to this area tomorrow morning at 8:30 and give us a hand so everybody can get out of here on time. And thank you for that. So.
Our next performers have not been here for 10 years, and we are so glad that they are back with us. Artist, teacher, performer, and therapeutic musician, Karen Ashbrook. For more than 40 years, she's been an international pioneer and an advocate in the revival of the hammer dulcimer. Along the way, she added Irish wooden flute and penny whistle. Her career has spanned performances and teaching throughout Europe and Asia, and she performs frequently with her husband, Paul Oorts, a multi-instrumentalist from Belgium. Yeah, give it up, give it up.
So I see Paul's playing the accordion there. Do you know what accordions are good for?
What are accordions good for?
They teach you how to fold the map.
What if you can't fold a map? Can you play accordion still?
Yes, but if you can't fold the map, then you use your phone.
Can you use your phone to play accordion?
I don't know. Can you use a phone to play an accordion? I don't think so. You have to have Phil to play it for you, right?
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. The thing I love about Karen's music and Paul's music, and Karen in particular, is that she believes enough in her music and believes in the spiritual power, the healing power of music. And so she has become a music therapist, a healing therapist, and a founding Music for the Spirit, healing hammered dulcimer music. One more thing that's really interesting that has brand new for Karen and Paul, they have a new subscription offering, and monthly you can join them, Music with Heart. They are having a jam monthly, and you can jam along with Karen and Paul. For those of you who've done online jamming, you know it's a lot of fun, and you're going to learn a lot from these two. So being able to hang out and jam with them sounds like a really, really good deal. And I'm sure you can talk to both of them about how you can sign up for that and be a part of their monthly jam, Music with Heart. Looks like we're getting pretty close to ready here. We're hearing the signals from the top. And while we're at it right now, please put your hands together for our sound crew, working extra hard for all 3 nights to put this show together for you and make it sound great. It's a lot of work, it's hard work, and it is all done to make sure we have the best sounding show possible. So we are putting everything together still here. Anybody thinking they might get up tomorrow morning and help with the stage? Raise your hand. Let's get an idea of who thinks they might get up or who thinks they might need coffee. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're looking good. We will let folks know where to report. We're going to find that information
in the back.
In the back?
Yep.
Okay, in the back of the stage. And what time should they be here?
8:30.
8:30 prompt.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
With or without coffee. We appreciate guys. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause as well for helping us out. So, this is one of those situations.
Phil, what's that called? What's that instrument called?
A harp guitar. It's like a regular guitar, but it has 6 extra strings that go down from the lowest E string a G1 if you're a piano player. You know what I mean? This is a G, 2 octaves below middle C.
Thank you.
It's a fabulous instrument, and they even have a harp guitar gathering. Do you ever go down to the gathering?
Yeah, a couple of times. There are about 60, 70 nutcases in this country who get together every year at the Harp Guitar Convention to compare notes about what old instruments they've been able to dig out and what new developments are happening. Nowadays, everybody's playing super strings. They have extra strings here, like harp strings, high harp strings. That's the new fashion. But I love this.
Is Joe Morgan still organizing that?
Yes.
Yep. Joe Morgan Harp. Look it up. If you've just found out about this instrument, there is a festival behind it, and Joe Morgan runs it. And probably some of you guys know Joe Morgan. It's a really wonderful thing altogether. How many of you? Well, never mind. I think we're ready to jump into it. I think we're ready to jump into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen Ashbrook and Paul Oorts, make them feel love.
right, thank you. That was our that was our brief little overview of Irish music. Many people know me as an Irish musician, which I enjoy very much. And actually, when you go away for 10 years, you have time to make a few recordings. So we have a recording, capo in concert, that is just the two of us doing these kinds of things with not as many alternate notes. But yes, it was mentioned, actually, I'm a therapeutic musician. I'm certified. I'm not a music therapist. But a lot of what I do in the hospital is put people to sleep. So I help people relax. I lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety. I make people happy. I bring beauty into their life. And I was really happy so many people came out to my workshop to find out and to get them thinking about how they might use their music to bring beauty and joy to people. And this next tune is one that's I have two recordings that are just solo dulcimer with the kind of music I play in the hospital, which is music to really meditation, yoga, go to sleep. So this is called Suagan. Some of you will know it. It's a Welsh lullaby. And I have Paul here, so he's going to play on it. And I'm going to go to padded hammer, so I'll be a little bit softer, Jim. And I promise we will go from the sublime to the ridiculous, so we'll wake you up before the next act. Oh, I just got rid of my padded hammers. Okay. There we go. All right. are really happy to be here. We want to thank everybody for coming and this incredible, the volunteers here are phenomenal. This is so well organized, so we're so grateful to everybody, and it's been so much fun seeing people in person. And we do have recordings for sale, but we are playing in the next couple of acts a little bit. So at the end of the concert, we'll have things for sale. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Let's have a hand for the people who are working. This is an Italian tarantella from Paul, La Più Bella Tarantella.
How about that, y'all? Karen Ashbrook and Paul Oorts. Show them you love them. Fabulous job. Thank you guys so much. All right, how many of you were boogieing in your seats just now? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. That's right. Boogie like no one's watching, baby. Just do it. All right. So we've just got a couple more acts for you. You guys having a good time tonight? Fabulous. What a fabulous, fabulous week this has been. We have got Mark Allen Wade coming up on stage next. And Mark Allen Wade is another one of the folks who are a part of the Quarantine Dulcimer Festival. One of the founders. There's a group of 5 of them that are the core, and then all the instructors that come around. So he's one of those people that helped to make this thing happen for everybody who attends, and also for all the instructors wrangling all of us. And there are so many instructors, you know, it's just like herding cats, and he does a very good job keeping everybody informed. He is a national dulcimer champion. He performs in orchestra halls, music festivals. He's got a mix of classical precision and raw traditional American style. Classically trained as a trumpeter with master's and doctorate degrees in music from the Ohio State University, his unique style emerged as the technique and discipline of his formal training crossed over into his dulcimer playing. So he's got a band background and then turned into a solo performer. Anybody else out there playing bands in high school, college, and then started playing, doing solo work? And you discover how hard it is to be a solo performer. When you've got all those people around you, you can make mistakes and no one knows you're doing it. But when you're a solo, it's all on you. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to be a solo performer. He is the organizer of the Northeast Ohio Hammer Dulcimer Weekend. That's November 1st through 3rd in Akron, Ohio. And if you are anywhere in the area or within a day or two's drive, we suggest you go and check that out. And also the dates for QDF this year, this fall, October 3 through 6, virtualdulcimerfest.com is where you can register for Quarantine Dulcimer Festival coming up October 3rd through the 6th.
So another thing is he teaches private lessons, and 6 of his students have gone on to win a national championship on the hammer dulcimer. It's
pretty fabulous. Yeah, give it up.
So Mark has never heard this, so I don't know if I should tell it, but I'm going to. When I first came to Evart my first year, I met a couple people. I didn't know anything about the hammer dulcimer, and I got the workshop schedule that we all got and said what was in what barns. And a couple of the ladies that I met were telling me about the different teachers. And they said, well, if you want to learn this, you go to this teacher. And they were kind of telling me what to do. But it said, you really got to go see Mark Allen Wade because he's a stud. and his class is going to be all full of all the women. So.
I was waiting for a comeback. I am surprised that you did not have a witty comeback for that.
He's still a stud.
He is still a stud, isn't he? Very nice. We have got quite the assortment here. Are you folks enjoying all these collaborations we are having on stage this week? One of the things you might not know about this is that many of the instructors, when we travel back and forth, we don't often get the chance to hang out and play music together. So the only chances we have to do that are on stage at the festivals where we can be found together. And that's why you've seen so many folk supergroups this week. And it has all been absolutely wonderful. And while we're having just a moment here, I'm going to have to gush and be a fanboy here for a second. How many of you who were Thursday night? How many of you were here Thursday night? How many of you saw the Squirrel Symphony Orchestra, the Squirrels? Yes. And how many of you recognize our conductor right here?
Thank you.
Absolutely. So a little bird has told me, or actually a little squirrel has told me, that there is going to be an interesting program next year, but
I don't know. I'm not. We're still working that out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens, but it's
going to be hard to beat that one.
It's a hard topper. You know, how do you top that? That was a fantastic show.
Thank you.
Wow, look at this lineup. This in itself just looks like one of the most wonderful musical instrument museums you've ever seen. But it's a living musical instrument museum. Fabulous stuff here. Now, I would say you probably should get your cameras out for this and record. Because right now the sun has gone down. We've got those beautiful lights on. We've got this beautiful light up here. Please share this on Instagram, on Facebook. Let everybody know. Hashtag ODPC Funfest 50-year anniversary. That's a long hashtag. Just put ODPC Funfest and share it to everybody on social media and let them know what a great time you're having. Are you having a great time out here? Tell them to come on out and make their reservations. Get on out here next year and join us for year 51. All right. We have set the stage for the finale for the set, and I think we are ready to go.
And we still got one more act after this, too.
And we do.
Yeah.
So
right.
Get ready, everybody. Please welcome to our stage Mark Allen Wade.
everybody. It's great to be back. This is Randy Klepper, Colin Beasley. On those last two tunes, I'll introduce the rest in a minute. But last year, I was just looking at last year's video. We were wishing my mom a happy birthday. Anybody remember that? Well, my mom's birthday was a couple days ago, so relax. But she fell and broke her leg. So this time, my dad couldn't be here with me. This is the first time since 1998 that I'm here without my dad. So I want everybody to say, "Hi, Dad." Hi, Dad. We miss you. We miss you. All right, and put Mark in the will. Thank you. I feel better now. All right, so the first tune was the love theme from St. Elmo's Fire. The second tune was Banish Misfortune. Up next, we've got, are those Scottish short pipes with Nick Blanton? Small. They're small pipes, not short. Karen Ashbrook, Paul Oorts, Tracy Lowen on the marimbula. Here's a little Coleman's March, and then we're going to go into a tune called Christmas Eve. called Tale. Since we've got a minute, let's do a little Patty Fahey and a little Mary Blacksmith. But before we do our last number, a couple of people have made this festival much easier on me, and probably for you. That is Kathy Hoth in the copy office, just helping anytime I need anything. Catherine Costin backstage, helping this not go until midnight. Who else? I mean, there's too many to thank. Peg Earl for helping with booths and everything, so we're just all grateful up here. And yeah. If you get a chance, say a quick thank you to any board member, because I've served on the board and it's a lot of work, but it sure pays off when you get something like this. All right, here we go. Klepper, Paul Oorts, Colin Beasley.
Ooh, it's getting dark.
All right, y'all. Give it up for Mark, Allen, Wade, and friends, y'all. Woo-hoo.
So last night, were you out in the festival grounds when the power went out?
I was.
So how many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb?
How many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb?
Just one, but they have to do it while you're eating dinner.
I was really impressed that you guys didn't even stop when the lights went out. You just kept playing.
Actually, I was in Rick Thumb's jam. I just took a little stroll out and went to his jam, and the lights went out. And there's a guy who had this headlamp, and he brought it in, and this thing was like really powerful. And Rick had these like globes, lights that they were reflecting in the building, and he put the headlamp in there, and they had power. So they just kept going, you know, on one little light. It was pretty cool. Anyway, a little while ago, we asked if there's volunteers that could come help with the stage going down. We also need some volunteers for less strenuous tasks. That's hard to say. Some of them would be like taking signs down and returning chairs to the common building. So if you're willing to do some of that, if you meet here in the morning as well at 8:30. So I want to tell you about Rick Thum a little bit. I came to Evart in 2006. This is my first year here. And the reason I came here, of course, was to learn how to play the hammer dulcimer, but it was to take Rick Thumb's A to Z workshop. And it's a 2-day intensive workshop, and I was a raw beginner, and I felt like I got my bachelor's degree in hammer dulcimer after taking that workshop for 2 days. And that workshop, you learn about patterns, and you learn you play chords, and you learn how your dulcimer is mapped out, and it's really worth it. And he's coming up on his 20th year next year, so he'll be teaching that before the festival starts, the 2 days before the festival starts again next year. He's also going to be, in November, he's coming back to Michigan. He'll be at Bob's Barn, where he's doing workshops and concerts. Okay, all right. So go to ourthum, THUM.com, and there's information about the concert at Bob's Barn. If you don't know about Rick Thumb's Song of the Month, Rick and I joke all the time that I learned how to play from Rick. And what I actually did was, living in Wisconsin, it's not like being here in Michigan where you have all these great hammer dulcimer players. Where I live in Wisconsin, there's very few. And I couldn't find a teacher. And someone told me about Rick Thumb's Song of the Month. And that's how I learned a lot of tunes. And it's probably, how many of you have learned a song from Rick Thumb's Song of the Month? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so he's got those. And he still teaches privately online. So if you can get information on ourthum.com as well for that. Okay. So here's Rick Thum.
Can you tell me what happens to the blossom, blackberry blossom, when the summertime came? The blackberry blossom, oh, the last time I saw one was down in the bramble where I rambled in spring. The bramble was wild, torn by its briar. My love, she wooed me as she lay there with the flower in her hair. Her cheeks all aflush, it was a blackberry blossom from the blackberry bush. When I picked a berry, I didn't miss the blossom. Blackberry blossom was as white as the snow. The berry that it brings is sweeter than molasses and black as the wings of an Arkansas crow. The Arkansas crow, the devil and a demon, known for his cackling and his screaming, driving away the swallow and the thrush from the blackberry blossom and the blackberry bush. picking berries when the crow flew above me, carrying my lover so far away. Now each spring I lay blackberry blossom on a cold gravestone in the Arkansas clay. The Arkansas clay is rocky and hard, with weeds covering over the old graveyard, and the day settles down to an evening hush over the blackberry blossom and the blackberry bush. Wade on bass, Paul Oorts on guitar, Dan Levinson on fiddle, and the lovely, where'd she go? Karen Ashbrook on flute. So, you know, it's time for a finale. Let's bring everybody up here and get this show at the end. Everybody, come on up, come on up, come up, come up. Huh? Oh, I need the words. Don't go away.
Should we share a mic? There's a mic over there. You can go over there. There's a mic. Logistics.
So I don't know about you all, but this has just been a wonderful year for me. The weather's beautiful. I don't know about you, but I think the stage crew was just over the roof this year. All the guys setting mics, Jim Fry back there on the board, along with the wonderful help from Jeff up there, and they've just done a great job with the sound. So my hat's off to all of them. Anybody else want to sing a verse of it or something? Pass around and see what's. I don't know. I also want to thank the board. I think the board that we have right now has done an exemplary job with this festival. Brian Burchett, Kathy, all of them. I can't name them all. Jim Newtown. They've just been an unbelievable board that has taken this festival in a great direction. And it's wonderful to see it happen and see it growing and getting stronger and stronger again. So my hat's off to them. And lastly, but not the leastly, I want to thank every one of you for being here, for being part of it, for telling other people about it, and for sticking around till the end of the night. So thank you very much. Thank you. This land is your land, this land is my land. Sing along, California. That ribbon of highway I saw above me, that endless skyway, and saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Sing along. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to New York Island. Footsteps through the sparkling sand of a diamond desert, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is mine, from California to New York Island, to the Gulf Forest. Shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, and the voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. One more. This land is your land. Sing along. It's my land, from California to New York Island. one more chorus. Belt it out. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the Gulf Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Thank you, Evart. See you all next year. See you at a jam right outside there later.
Rick, Thum, and friends, give it up, everybody. Thank you all. Be safe coming down those stairs. Come on over to the jam and have some fun. All the jams. Thank you. See you next year.
Bye.